Last night was intense. Okay, for multiple reasons, wrestling and not wrestling related, because I watch other sports too. But first of all, we had Lola Vice, who had to defend her women's championship in the main event against the former champion Jacy Jayne. The reason this was so intense was because Jacy Jayne always manages to pull some shit out of her ass. It's how she won the championship in the first place, and every time she's ever lost a championship, she's won it back. Remember when Tatum Paxley was champion for a short while and Jacy Jayne just won it back somehow? And then always, whenever she has an opponent that you think can beat her, Kendal Gray, for example, who faced her multiple times, Jacy Jayne always managed to do something to attain. And my fear was that's gonna happen with Lola Vice tonight. Thank God, somehow Lola Vice pulled it out, man. Even during the match, she was constantly being interfered in, but Lola Vice did it, and thank God, she's still your champion. There was a few awkward spots during the match, like Fallon Gray didn't completely hit it correctly, and like they just no-sold it. It was a bit awkward, but the match overall was really good. And after the match, everybody came out. Kelly Armstrong came out. She made it clear she wants that championship soon. Kendal Gray also stood up. She also made it clear she wants that championship. Izzi Dame, for whatever reason, is interested in this championship. Like, no. Why wasn't Kalani Jordan there, by the way? Like, Kalani Jordan had a major victory over Jada Parker to start the show off. We're going to talk about that right after this. So, like, why wasn't she there? She arguably has the most history with Lola Vice, so that should be a great feud that I kind of was looking forward to when I first started the opening match. And then also Zaria came down, she also won that shot, but Lola Vice, I mean, So Ruka jumped Zaria, so Zaria and So Ruka, they have their match next week. I assume Zaria is going to win and also be part of this crew, and then So Ruka is getting called up. So yeah, a lot of challengers for Lola Vice. The women's division is looking stacked right now. Let's start off with the actual show though, which opened up with Jada Parker versus Kalani. A rivalry match, their blow-off match. I was assuming Jada Parker was going to win, but thankfully she did not. Kalani Jordan pulled it out. I still don't get why we didn't have her also there in the main event, because like, again, she and Lola Vice have so much history. I also really appreciated this spot where the middle turnbuckle was pulled off and Jada Parker accidentally hit the hypnotic onto that. It's those tiny things that you don't really see previously that make it cool. I really appreciate that. I'm happy Kalani Jordan won. We also have Kelly Armstrong making her official NXT debut, going off over Skylar Ray, man. I feel so bad for Skylar Ray. Like, I'm happy Kelly Armstrong picked up the victory. She looked great. I'm happy to have her on NXT. But man, you know, I kind of wish we did more of Skylar Ray. She won LFG, and obviously that means something, but she hasn't done anything yet. So let's give her something, right? We're refreshing the women's division. Let's do something with Skylar Ray, because she hasn't really been given an opportunity. Also, the speed match, really good. So next week, EK Prosper wins over Dorian Van Duke. So next week, it's going to be him versus Lexis King for the speed championship. I will say, this match really needed a few more minutes. Like I always say, make the speed tournament 5 minutes. Make the matches 5-minute time limit, and the championship match is 7-minute time limit. Because this match was good, but it definitely felt rushed. If you just gave it 2 more minutes, this match would have been infinitely better. So I like this speed tournament, I like this speed championship, but we really need to tweak it just a tiny bit. Hell, just start off with a minute. Make it 4 minutes. That's even better. Like, you can slowly start adding time until you figure out what the right time is, but 3 minutes is just too short. 5 minutes, 4 minutes, that seems like a sweet spot we can go with. Okay, so this video is obviously very out of order and not chronological at all, but that's fine. Let's go over the rest of the show instead. Backstage, Shiloh Hill is going over a list of tools that he's doing. I don't know what Shiloh Hill is doing, but it's entertaining, man. And Ricky Saints interrupt him, asking if he's making a time machine to go back in time before Steve got knocked out. That was funny, man. That's so mean to Shiloh Hill. Ricky Saints is a dick, but an entertaining dick. Anyway, Shiloh Hill is, of course, saying he's building something for Tatum Paxley, but Ethan Page comes up, interrupts them, and they talk about the match, and saying that if Ricky Saints helps Ethan Page retain, he will get or win the championship tonight against Tony D'Angelo, you will give Ricky Saints the first shot at his championship. And then we move on to the championship match between Ethan Page and Tony D'Angelo. During the championship match, Ricky Saints does try to help him, but he gets dragged under the ring, and at the other side he gets pulled out with ropes tied around his legs, and Shiloh Hill just pulling him away backstage. That was so weird but ridiculous. I am so hyped for a Shiloh Hill versus Ricky Saints match, man. This has been so entertaining. We've been teasing it last week too when he had an interaction with Shiloh Hill. I'm hyped for this match. I don't know why, but whatever they've been doing with Shiloh Hill over the last few months, and especially his team with Tatum Paxley, it's just been goated. However, naturally, that means Tony D'Angelo does retain his championship. Then we have Joe Henry's concert where he addresses the future. His song isn't even bad. It was quite catchy. I actually enjoyed it. But it gets ruined by Keanu Carver, as all his concerts are always getting ruined by someone. But yeah, Keanu Carver comes out and he decimates Joe Henry. Even a guitar over his back doesn't affect him at all, and he spears 4 people, Joe Henry and 3 security guards, or they're just Evolve wrestlers. They're not even security guards, they're just Evolve wrestlers dressed up as security guards. Spears them all through the barricade at once. I'm hyped for this match. If that's Joe Henry's send-off, just like I believe Ricky Saints' send-off is going to be Shiloh Hill, it's going to be great send-offs and putting someone over. Keanu Carver has been booked perfectly. I remember, and I keep bringing up Evolve, man, but I remember his last few months on Evolve was a complete failure as they completely lost the plot with his booking. NXT's really revitalized him. I love this unhinged, badass Keanu Carver, and winning over Joe Henry just gonna make him so much cooler. I'm so hyped for this. We also have a few segments with Blake Monroe backstage with the Vanity Project talking to Robert Stone. Tatum Paxley has apparently agreed to give her a championship match next week, one final match, and then, you know, Tatum Paxley gets to choose what stipulation. The Vanity Project and Blake Monroe aren't happy with this whatsoever, but they just have to accept it. Robert Stone shoos them out of the ring. I love this faction, man. I know they're trying to call it the Glamour Project or something, trying to rename it. Don't. Keep it the Vanity Project. Vanity Project is just so perfect. Don't switch it up now. Anyways, later tonight, Tatum Paxley is sitting somewhere high up in the ring, or backstage. Robert Stone is very confused by this, and then, you know, we have Shiloh Hill revealing what he built for, and it's going to be a casket match. So, are we going to bury Blake Monroe and then send her to the main roster? Or maybe we bury Tatum Paxley and send her to the main roster, like we're literally burying her NXT career, sending her up. That would be cool. I think both women are main roster ready, but obviously I think one of them have to stay. But this would be a fun way to send someone off. And then to end it all off, we get a very weird segment between Miles Bourne and Dark State setting up their match next week. They have this promo. Dark State obviously surrounds the ring. Then one of Shaquan Sugars jumps the ring. He gets hit by Miles Bourne, and then nobody proceeds to attack Miles Bourne. And then backstage, Dark State are having beef again. I will say, I don't like Dark State's booking. I don't like Dark State. I thought I was going to be interested in this, but I just am not. I'm excited for Miles Bourne's reign. I think he can have a great reign, do some interesting stuff, but starting off with Dark State, woof, that's rough. Like Dark State, we should just split them all up. Just do what you want to do, run through it. Don't even give us some long-term booking, a long-term faction fallout. Just end it, have them fall out, and have all of them go their own separate ways, because Dark State's just not working for me. Anyway, that's NXT for tonight. If I have to give it a booking or rating overall for tonight, I'm gonna give it a really solid 9 out of 10. I think it was great. The matches were great. We had a lot of new people, some great booking, great setups for future matches. I do apologize because during this video I realized I messed up my words a lot. It's probably because I'm a bit rough. I'm a bit out of experience. I haven't made a video in a while. But on that note, I want to apologize. You're going to get a double Evolve review this week, because like I didn't cover Evolve last week, but I need to cover it for you guys to keep you up to date. So this week we're gonna have a double review where I'm gonna review 2 shows at once. That should be fun. Plus Rebellion's review is still coming out, so no, I'm not leaving you guys dry. And also, thank you for 1K. We finally reached 1K subscribers. That's insane, and I'm very thankful for that. So everybody who has subscribed, just know I love you a lot, and I appreciate what you've done for me so far. So yeah, just thank you. And yeah, all I have to say is go check out the PWF podcast. Go subscribe to all of them. They're really cool. I'm not like famous by any means, but if I have 1K subscribers, so I'm just gonna let it go through my head again and say, you know, go give the guys that I love a tiny rub, if you know it matters whatsoever. Leave a like, subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye, everyone.